We're what?
We're live.
What? I wasn't ready.
You said you were ready.
I never
Hey
said I was
everyone!
ready.
Welcome to Hedgehog, and we have a happy hour because Greg didn't get to come to Creativation with me.
I know, my wife's really mean, didn't take me.
You said you couldn't come.
Well, somebody had to stay home and look after the kids, didn't they?
That's not why you said you couldn't come.
Well, why did I could not come
Because
then?
you had a project at work.
Oh yeah, there was that too. Anyway.
Anyway, hello everyone, welcome. I hope you're having a great Sunday. Thank you for spending some of your Sunday with us. And today we're going to go through everything that we made at Creativation, saw at Creativation, some new products we've got, all those kinds of fun things.
And I haven't seen any of this myself yet. You came back from Creativation, what, late
Tuesday, Wednesday,
Sunday?
not sure.
So like 5 days ago, something like that.
So this time last week we were still at Creativation. Of course we had a booth at Creativation.
Oh yeah.
Which was really good fun. We announced we're going to be doing stamps outside of the subscription box, so there'll be some fun things coming there. Got some
I haven't announced yet.
We announced it at the booth, so we kind of had to.
Well, that was a big announcement, wasn't it?
No, we did it live from the booth. Did you not watch it?
No.
Husband point deducted.
Why? I can't watch everything. So
well,
yes, we're going to start doing stamps.
we had a photo booth. We've got some other fun things in the works for you. So loads and loads of things coming your way. Dee's joined us, and Belinda, and Laurie, and Sherry, and Sheila. So lots of people joining us. So welcome, welcome,
Hi everybody.
welcome.
Did you meet Dee?
I did meet Dee. She's lovely.
Oh, cool. I missed that too. That was at Bootus Monroe, wasn't it?
You should come on these trips.
I have a full-time job, so I don't get to go travelling as much as Alex and the team do.
So all of those kinds of things. We had a photo booth, really cool things, and of course we have tons of booth tours. You can check those out on the channel. There's an hour with Tim Holtz. There's a VIP demo, exclusive demo with Tim Holtz. All sorts of fun things. Dina Wakely, Diane Reevely, Dress My Craft, Deco Art, Plaid, like all of the companies that we all love. They are all on their Hero Arts, etc., etc., etc. So you can check all of those things out. Dee says she would love to meet Dr. Greg.
I'd love to meet Dee. Dee always is in our lives and everything. She's
The
been
only
with us
people
since
who
day
call
one, I
him
think.
Dr. Greg are the people on.
Yeah,
online.
that's true.
No one
Nobody else calls me Dr. Greg anymore. I
Okay.
say anymore. Nobody ever did.
No, we
Even when I actually got my PhD, it was like, yeah, I ain't calling me Dr. Greg.
I bought him a desk sign, not this Christmas gone, last Christmas, and it said Dr. B Softy, because we call him Big Softy. And
No, I am not a big softie.
He does have it on his desk at work, so that's my go at calling him Doctor. That's as good as it gets. All right, so let's choose
Right, what
some
we got?
things. Okay, let's start with projects. So we'll start with
So
this
these
one.
things that you guys actually made when you were there.
Yeah, so these are either things that I made or Ali made. This one was Ali. She went to a paper artsy craft. She is not a mixed media person
Yeah,
at
I
all.
know. I've got to hold it to the camera.
But she
That's very pretty.
absolutely loved the mixed media class with paper artsy. They've got grunge paste, which you'll see in a minute. The different
Do you
acrylic
have like a
paints.
stand that I can...
No, I did have an easel in here, but I don't know what I did with it. I don't know.
Is that sort of in shot? Problem is we get a phase delay between what's in... There we go.
Something like that.
Something like
so
that.
these are paper artsy acrylic inks. I don't have them. I gave them to Ali to keep. But they're paper artsy acrylic inks. There's grunge paste on here and then different stamping. And you'll see the stencils and stamps. We've got those. Then she went and did the Ranger Quick Cure clay class, which I was super jealous of. Because I really wanted to do this. Quick Cure Clay.
Say that 3 times fast. Go on, I challenge you.
Quick Cure Clay, Quick Cure Clay, Quick Cure Clay.
That was pretty impressive, wasn't it?
It is fun. So she went and did this class. I'm really excited because she's going to teach me how she did all of this. And the guy who invented it was actually at her class. But
Is that supposed to be reminiscent of a certain mouse who licensing we didn't pay for, so we can't name him?
Yes.
Okay.
Because Ali is a Disneyophile. I can say that word. Ali is a Disneyophile. Like, she's obsessed. She's going to Universal and Harry Potter next weekend. So, absolutely loves it. I can't wait to go. I said she's got to take me next time. But this is really cool. Like, she makes this and then you heat it and it like bubbles and like creates all of these really cool...
So is this a little bit like the mousse stuff that you use, that you heat, but like in big scale?
Well, yeah, but also look, it's like solid, whereas the mousse is soft.
Oh, so this... Oh, well.
So she's going to do
this
it
is
like
really
a
cool.
Disney
This actually is like
autograph
properly
book type
stiff.
thing. Yeah. So I'm really excited because she said she'll show me how she does it. I've got all the products back there, so when we get to products in a second, I'll show you what they're all about. Then she did Dina Wakely's class. which I think did you do Dina's class last year? I think you might have done because you got this. Do you remember? Like volume 1.
Yeah.
So they got volume 2, which is Dina's Collage Collective volume 2. So this is all like things that you can use in your collage.
This was one of my picks of Creativation last year, if you remember correctly. And what I was going to do was basically tear out pages and just put them together into a big collage and put them on the wall. And then I never did I?
No. Now I don't think she got the new one. So Dina released at Creativation her new denim journal. So it's like this, but it's a blue version. It's got denim in it and all sorts of kind of fun things.
Very cool.
They didn't have those for the class, but they did have...
What's that?
That's not one she made, it's just a card that Dina gave them. But what they made in class, and Ali enjoyed this as much as I did when I did Dina. Like, I love that she created this. I think that's really pretty.
That's really simple as well, isn't it? I mean,
It's
that
really
looks
simple, it
awesome,
looks
but even I can...
awesome.
It's just a stencil and you just spray it with coloured
But she
stuff.
will use her new sprays, which we'll get to. And then Ali did like all of her like other stuff. Like when she was done with the stencil, she made her own papers. I know they made other pages. I'm just trying to find them. Those are things she stamped and cut up. Maybe it's this one that's stuck together. Oh, here it is. This is the page they made.
That's cool too.
So that was the page that they made with her new sprays, which I'm going to show you. Some of her like tissue stuff and all those kinds of things. So Ali kind of took it and made it her own. Lots of people were colouring this in different ways, but I like how she did the abstract. This was Ali's idea. And for those of you who haven't seen Ali on camera, she was in our live at the booth, but she helps me prep all of our projects. So she loved her first Creativation. But the real thing that Dina did was a blue version of this journal. I can't wait to get my hands on one. It looked awesome. Lots of people joining. Susan, Christine, Sheila, the Artful Dabbler. I love that name.
That's an awesome name.
Jess is here from our design team.
Oh, hey,
Sheila's
Jess.
here. Lots of people joining us. So this was just papers that she got in Diane's class. Something she created in Diane's class, just like a background piece. But it's actually got quite a lot of texture when you feel it. It's got like a really satiny texture. And then she did some pages in this journal. She did... Yeah, these were the pages that she did. So just kind of playing around with different things. She loved the sassy quotes. This one says, "I'm not sarcastic, I'm just mean." So Ali.
That's very Ali.
But yeah, so that's what she kind of did. Oh, they did this one. They did that one.
What's that quote?
That says, "If it requires getting out of bed, I'm not doing it." I can get on board with that.
Yeah.
Alright, so that was that one. And then, let me grab some of the other things. So, I'll grab these.
Oh, we need a bigger... we need a bigger craft room.
Alright, so this one I love. I'm kind of jealous of this one too. Because Ali went and did Tim Holtz's make and take at his booth, and I didn't get to do it. So this is what she made.
Oh, cool.
So you can see there.
Do you have sufficiently long arms?
Probably not. But it's got like little bits of moss in there. It's got like a ticket on the back from his new tickets. It's just really pretty. I think she did a great job of that. So this is all the new ideology stuff that they made.
This whole idea of making these like snow cone type of thing
well, this is
a
it's
whole
called
new
a
thing,
display
isn't it?
dome. So this
Display
is
dome.
new. So this is his new product, and that's what they made as the make and take. So don't break it. Ali will kill you.
That's
And I'm
so
more
cool.
scared of Ali than anyone else.
It's just really cool.
But yeah, Ali loved all this stuff. She's never done mixed media before. In fact, she was really just a Cricut girl till she came here, and then she got into paper crafting. But I think she did an awesome job of that. Then she did a class with scrapbook adhesives, and they did like these little shaker things in a box. This one kind of got a bit smushed on the way home. But she learned a couple of tips that we're going to use in a video, and I think you'll love one of the tips she showed me. They did a... Everything stuck together.
Do you need some more glue?
So they did this. This is foiling with their foam. They took glue dots and foiled them to make like little 3D like rivets.
Oh, I
Like clever
see.
idea.
That's
So
cool.
it's glue dots and like foam dots and foil, and they made like, this interactive card like this. And then they made a Mother's Day banner. Everything's stuck. So there's her little banner. And they played around with like crepe paper and different techniques, but made about the foiling and these photo corners. And when you see what one of the ideas the girls came up with the photo corners, we're going to do it in a video because it is so fun. I don't want to ruin the surprise, but it's super cool.
What's the surprise?
I can't tell you though here.
And a mute button.
So there's that. And then what else did they do? I don't know what class she did this in. Oh, this is Ultra New. So this is one of the new Ultra New background stamps. Actually, it was released yesterday. So this is a 2-part stamp. So you have the shadowy background and then you have the bold colours. So that's one of their new stamps.
Very cool.
What else do we have from Ultra New? This was another Ultra New option. And I think that's it on the
That's
Ultra
another
New
technique. It's
front.
like really simple and effective, isn't it?
Oh, there's another one. That's just rainbow stamping. Like that. But really simple.
No
but
idea
really,
what that
really
one is.
effective.
Apparently it's very pretty. Oh yeah, very pretty. I like that style, you know.
Just very
I
clean,
really
very
like the
simple.
clean, elegant, like less is more sort of style.
And now we get into, I don't know whose this one was. I think this was LDRS that she went and did it at.
Oh, okay.
So it stands like this. So you like have lots of dimension. And then, but it's really easy because all it is a flap on the front of your card.
Oh yeah, that's it.
And then here's your normal card. So there's your normal card. And then they just added this zigzag. And this piece is the exact same size as you'd have like a card front matting layer.
So the other advantage to that is you could post it really easily.
Yeah, you just fold it like that.
You just
and layer
flip
it,
it
it's
up,
done.
post it. Yeah, and the depth
yeah.
comes like afterwards.
So, all right, Lawn Fawn. Let's just say Lawn Fawn was awesome. So here is Bunny, and she's holding a little Dove chocolate, but she also has a puffy tail. Isn't that cute? So
Very
there's
cool.
loads of these critters. We've got like bats and all sorts of critters, monsters and things that you can do this with. But this is the new Bunny. We have the new little critters. So these critters here, when you buy the stamps and dies, they come with little backs on them. So you can have them double-sided for bookmarks, which I think is super cute. But here they just did it and they sat over this little banner. Look. You see how they
I
sit?
see. So you
how
have
they
their
pause?
arms coming down.
Hey,
Oh,
Tilly.
hello, Tilly.
How are you?
Hey,
We'll be, we'll be back in a minute. See you in a minute. Why don't you go and play with Maddie for a minute?
That's really cool because their arms are like separate to the body.
Yeah.
That's really
And then
cool.
you get the backs of them. So this is real life. Kids walk in the craft room. I mean, the cat walks in. You know, it's just how it goes. Then she did, this one was at Avery L. So this was a make and take at their booth.
God, that thing freaks me out every time.
I have one of those auto air fresheners. You can't get used to it. So they played with this. It's just black cardstock. It's got like a really feel it. It's got like a velvety finish to
Oh,
it.
okay.
That they splattered ink on. Then they coloured these in and just made a really simple card.
God, they
this-
made tons and tons
yeah.
and tons of them.
This is a Lawn Fawn card. I think this was one of their make and take. So just a really simple card, but really effective if you want to make one. And then you have this one. This one's cute. So here's how it looks when you're like this. But the little tree stump opens and there's another little mouse inside. Isn't that cute? Look.
That's very cool.
So that's that.
Okay.
And then this is... I don't think this is Lawn Fawn. I don't know where she made this. Ali did this as a make and take, but super cute. Could be LDRS again, but the little bunnies in the what's-its. And then this one is, congrats, this is a really bug deal. Look at that, isn't that cute? But the cute one about this is that the stone flicks up, the pebble.
I haven't seen any of these
and there's
before,
a
so
little-
I'm learning as you go as
There's a
well.
little bug underneath the
okay.
stone, which I think is really sweet. And then you have another one with the little tree stump, and inside of here is a frog. And Tilly loves her moons and stars, so I'm sure that this one's going to go missing upstairs. And then this was their big thing. So this is what they released. This is called the Iris die. Okay, so it's a bit like a camera lens. So
Oh, it's an aperture. Oh, that's cool.
And
Only
it
a
is-
3-blade aperture though. The book on that would be terrible. Sorry, geeking out. It's my
Really?
thing.
But like, look how, but it's so easy to put together. Like if I show you how to put that together, honestly, Greg could do it. That's how easy
What do you mean?
it is.
Honestly, Greg could do it. I'm a doctor. I can work stuff out.
He's a doctor of theoretical tyres that don't actually exist. And if you want to know what tyres to put in your car, put air in your tyres or change your tyres, don't even start because it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I can't help much there. Buy good ones.
Good years. Good years. Not good ones, good years.
That is really cool.
So I love this. That's super cute. And there's different options to go on the front here. Eventually we're going to get to my cards and you'll see I tried the other fronts on it. Okay, so let me grab some more things that we made.
Ooh.
Something went flying.
Right, Tilly, can you go and play with Maddie?
Maddie's right there.
We'll be out in a minute.
Or
Right, lovely. Lots of cards. These are really cool.
So
What else you got back there?
I got more stuff. Here, look. I'll move these
Do a
out
bit
the
of a
way.
clean up.
And you can start opening these.
How come these all got bags?
It depends on the part.
Right.
Alright, so this was Wendy Vecchi's class.
Yeah.
And super exciting
These
news,
are
if you didn't see it, I was one of Wendy Vecchi's signature designers this year. So they choose 5 people per designer to make a
Nice.
project for the booth. And you don't get to keep it, so you'll have to go back and look at our photos. And we can add it into photos and things. But this was actually one of the stamp sets I used on my project. But it was awesome to be a ranger designer for the weekend. Yeah, so this is one of the things we did about inlay die cutting and just different techniques on there. This is another one we did. So this is her washi tape, just to add really quick, simple borders, top and bottom. And then, again, this is hers, like how to add extra colour.
So if people sign up to our YouTube Perks program, are these the cards they're going to get for birthday gifts?
Yes.
Well, there you go. If you actually want to receive one of these, like the actual card,
Yep.
sign
so
up
we
to the
send
Perks program and we send them out to
all
you.
of our members. You can join. There's a button down below that says join, or afterwards I can go and edit the description. But if you hit that, it's $4.99 a month. You get loads of coupons and all sorts of fun things. You can chat with us anytime as a Facebook group. But also, all of the cards I make on film, we send to our Perks members for their birthdays. So that's a fun reason there. So this is, oh yeah, Jess was in this class. She said that was a fun class. It really was. This is another one we did. Actually, I used this technique on my designer piece. But yes, that's another one. I think,
you want to put these back in the
this is
bag?
Wendy. This was also in Wendy's class. So that's another one we did in Wendy's class. Again, really, really pretty. She's released a new tool that you'll get to see in a bit, and also a new colour
Another
palette
new tool.
of liquid pulse.
Is that on
So
top of her surface that she released?
it's a new version of the surface with tools that go with it.
Ooh.
So we'll get to show you that.
Is that competing with the Tim Holtz surface? Or is it
No,
kind of
it's different.
Okay.
Different. This is, I think these are Altenew cards. I really should have labelled these up front, but I'm pretty sure they're Altenew looking at the style. So we have just, again, really quick and simple 1-layer card.
That's nice. Again, I love this kind of simple, clean, sort of clean, elegant look. This is my style. If I had a style, that would be my style. I like this.
And then
Oh, that's
there's
pretty.
this one, which Jess did, and she made me laugh because she's like, oh, there's a smudge. Well, we'd just been in Wendy's class, and she said, anytime there's a problem, just add some dots. So I sent her a text back, add dots, and she just laughed. But yes, that was that one.
That's a smudge. Oh,
So
you
I
just
said,
don't know.
add dots. Because that's what Wendy does, like all these little dots. She adds dots. And so I just
okay.
texted back, and I'm like, add dots. And then there's this one. I don't entirely know how she did it, but it's really cool. It's like really abstract.
Oh, that's nice.
But I really like it.
That
So
looks like.
Jess, can you send me a message of how you made this one?
Is that
Or maybe it's Karen.
fabric over
I
a
don't know.
block, and then you put ink on the fabric, and that will give you this kind of
No,
texture?
because you see, you've got the outline of a flower.
So you take a. That's how you do it. You take a silicone stamp, you put a piece of cloth over it, you then ink through the cloth onto the stamp, and then you'll get an outline. You'll get like a textured outline of the stamp.
I don't know. Jess, how do we do it? Can you let us know? She's watching, so she can tell me. Well, maybe she'll tell you you're right, and then you can have a point back. Someone says, where are we based? We're based in Ohio. And then somebody else said they watched another one of our videos mentioned tweezers. So Dress by Craft are releasing tweezers that have a ceramic coating. So when you heat stuff, you don't burn your fingers. But they should be in their booth tour. I remember them showing them to us. So that's that. Then we did a deco foil class. So this is with Thermoweb. And again, lots of techniques. Okay, so I'm going to try and remember the techniques we did.
There's a little baggie that these came in. I'll tidy up.
That's what you're for.
Is that the only reason I'm here? Eye candy and tidying up.
No. Anyway, we did this one. And this one has lots and lots of techniques in it. So these are their foam sheets, and we just put foil on those. This is flock that we then embossed in an embossing folder. this piece down here that has the rainbow shattered foil, this was actually their toner sheet, and we put it all over. And then here we used the pens to just fill in little areas that we could then foil. So loads and loads of techniques in one card. It was really great to get all of those things on there. So someone says they wish it was closer. Well, my arms aren't very long.
The problem is there's nobody behind the camera. Usually it's me or Ty doing the camera
Yeah.
work. But I'm here, so I can't be over there as well.
This one, which again is the rainbow shattered glass foil.
Oh yeah, we're in our other craft room as well.
Yes, we're
Did you ever
upstairs.
mention that?
No.
Okay.
But
I like
so
this
that's
one.
the rainbow shattered foil, and this is using their new duo gel. So this gel is great because you know before we had the heat activated gel for our foils. Well, this one you can either heat activate or pressure activate. It works as both. You don't have to choose. So you can choose whatever works best for your medium. This one.
What does it say across the bottom?
XOXO.
So.
Like hugs and kisses.
Ah.
You know, like you're doing a card. This one is their foil sheets. So these are pre-printed, the butterflies. And then the flock, I'm going to hold it a bit closer in a second. You'll see it's embossed. We actually embossed that with this same die cut. So that's super, super cool on there. Just making sure that you can see it and there's some texture in there.
Do you want me to pull the camera in a little bit?
You'll cut your head off though, probably.
Oh yeah. Okay, never mind.
And then this one is the new it's not actually new, it's just the metallics pearl. So this is a Thermoweb iCraft thing, but that's in the background there. So again, on there. Someone says your sidekick is a perfect card bagger.
Perfect. What?
Card bagger.
Ah, yeah. My job.
Well, sidekick is also the name of the Sizzix store. So I'm not sure if they're being punny, but if they are, it's very good. And then this one uses the new neon. So what they did was they created a background using the neon inks. I'll hold it up close in a second. And then we used the new Blanco paste, which is truly white. It's really cool. And then we put white flock on top, so it really popped. And then this is flock on here that we then inked over the top to add dimension. Foam sheet with foil, and then that. So that's how we created all those elements. So ink in the background, then the Blanco paste over a stencil.
What is it thinking?
then-
Is it still working? Is
I
that
hope so.
upload error or download error?
And then white flock, and then white flock on the flower with ink over the top to add really cool stuff to it. It's
Yep,
just
I
my
think we're still
iPad that's
good.
an
It's
issue.
just your iPad.
Alright, I'm going to refresh that one. Okay. Thank you.
Can everyone still hear us and see us and things?
So that's that. Okay. Next up was, this is another Deco art class. This was the Gina K. Rena K, because Rena introduced lots of her new neon things at this class.
What's this? It's like a fuzzy
Flock. It's called flock.
flock,
Flock.
as in sheep.
But like flock as in like velvet flock too.
Oh, funny fuzzy kind of texture to it. Very cool.
And then, so this was one of the cards they created. So this is one of Rena's new stamp sets with the oranges, and then they used the orange neon glitz gel in the center just to add that little bit of pop of color. So that's that one. And then they used the new enamel. So the enamel is like flock, apart from the fact it feels glossy rather than fuzzy. But it also gives you that same 3D texture. They dragged ink underneath here. They added the flock and then stamped, or the enamel stamped in between on the orange. So again, just really, really easy, but super effective, really fun. Love those bright colors. I'm all about bright colors, obviously. So that's that one. And then there's also neon flock. So that's neon flock on the back, on the top here, and then they just stamped out these areas there. So again,
That's
I've
really
got lots of fun things to show you on the back wall because I have lots of samples of these things.
I really like this pink spotty stuff. What's that?
That's the enamel, so I'm going to show you
Enamel.
that in a minute.
That's
got
really
some
cool.
back there.
It gives a really fun effect.
Right, these are my cards from Lawn Form, which I didn't get to finish all of them, but I can show you how the mechanisms work because I got that far.
So fuzzy.
I know. Okay, so we did a waterfall card, except, there it is. So this is the card base. So in theory, you take your card base, you'd stick this on, and I need to stick we were talking about acetate. I'll get to that tip in a video. And then all my bits to decorate are down here. But what we made was this waterfall mechanism.
Oh, that's fun.
And this bottom bit is big enough to put a gift card on. So if you're giving a gift card as a gift, you can actually fit the gift card on that bottom piece. And then it flips all the way back up again.
Oh, that's fun.
So
I
that
really
was
like
fun.
that.
So that's one that we made. And then we made...
Who was this? Lawn Fawn?
Lawn Fawn.
Yeah, they do this sort of mechanical stuff, don't they?
Then we had this one here.
That's so simple as well.
Yeah.
There's not even anything special to that. It's literally just...
No, and there's a special die that does it all for you.
Yeah, that's really easy.
I got some questions about flock and things, so I'm gonna go through all of that when we get there as well.
What questions are you getting about flock?
Like how you apply it and all those kinds of things. So I'll show you when we get, because I have all the stuff you need in the back. This is one of the they're not called turnabouts, reveal wheel. So this is a new reveal wheel. It's got little cute faces and you can put them in any of the shapes. This one is just a tulip that's brand new.
You're making a big mess, honey. Where did all this go? All back in there?
That one goes in there. This one goes in there. And then this was my iris card. So you know how... Just give up till afterwards. So you know how on the last iris I showed you, it had a big round piece on the front? Well, you can also get a cover plate like this that covers it over. And so then you have like this. Isn't that cool? So I love all of those things in there. So that's another one. Did you see that? So rather than having the round...
so it's got the aperture again.
It's got the aperture, but this one's a whole card, so you can make a scene.
Very cool. Yeah, I like those. Very cool one to do as a camera.
Someone did do that.
Yeah.
There's a sample like that. This is us playing around with stuff. There's where you can reckon the table.
I'm tidying up. Somebody's got to.
Okay, this is
It's
another
not like
new...
you're going to, is it?
Oh my god.
You should see the amount of mess Alex makes when doing literally anything, like just life in general.
Thank you, dear.
You're welcome.
So this is a new die from Lawn Fawn. It has words in it. There's a happy birthday, a thanks, a hello, which is this one. And then there's dies to go with the letters and those kinds of fun things. So none of those need bags. They're not how they can. This one actually happens to be the make and take from our booth. We did this one day as the make and take. This is the Hedgehog Hollow, what month are we in? January box, which is all moons and stars because that was Tilly's request. And these stamps
it's a Tilly box.
It's a Tilly box. Yeah. So these all stack together. So this was one of our make and takes for the day.
Very cool.
So that was that. And then this was our other day's make and take. Oh, that's another colour combination of the same one that we had out. So that's a more manly combination. And then this is one of our other make and takes. This is one that somebody made, I think, and left. But this is our new watercolour concept stamp. So they're really cool and fun to play with.
Oh, these are awesome.
That one's not the best example. I think that's one that someone probably left behind. But this is a keyring from Caesar that I think Ali made as a make and take. Look.
Oh, very nice.
Thank you. All right. So, there's one more project, which is one that Jess did. Oh, these are the bags we did. We had a special breakfast for our favourite influencers. And we had these special bags that we gave out. So Laura Kelly Hedgehog Hollow bags. And then Jess did this tic-tac-toe pom-pom thing, which is great because it was done with a company who makes a pom-pom maker. But they made these pom-poms. I think she's got a couple more to make. The idea is that on the go, kids can play pom-poms. They get their pom-poms out and they're all in a bag. So it's all for travel.
Okay.
So it's like a tic-tac-toe pom-pom bag.
You mean noughts and crosses?
Well, here it's called tic-tac-toe. Someone said, okay, so lots of people want to know about the flocking. Someone says amen to the mess.
Be careful where you say that, honey.
Thanks. Someone said, Kim says amen to the mess makers. Jess says, how did she miss the make and take? Well, you have the stamps, I can send you the instructions. Super easy, really good fun to do. Dee says we just don't have a Dr. Greg to tidy up for us. Kim wants that stamp. And Jess says, did you show the crazy lace paper mixed media project? Oh, I found that yesterday. It wasn't where I thought it would be. I think it's on my desk. Greg, keep talking for a second. I've got to find something.
Anybody ever seen that part of Wayne's World where, is it Gary that leaves and it just zooms in on the blonde guy and he's just like, I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I'm all on my own. Ah, she's back.
I found it. Jess. It was in the catalogue. I love this too. So this was a paper artsy card. Maybe Jess took it. I'm not sure who took it, but look at this. So this is really cool.
Oh, wow.
So they do this, but you see how you see through the layers? I'm going to hold it forward so you can see. You see through those layers.
So there are multiple pages in the
Yeah,
book.
so as I flip, you then have that page, which is equally as beautiful with all the leaves in the background. And then you see through those holes to this one.
That's really cool. That must
Isn't
have
that
taken a lot of effort to make.
I don't know how Jess... Someone says Wayne's World, we're not worthy. That means nothing to me. Jess says I'm
Alex,
sorry.
is there any like classic films that you have seen?
Yes.
We have this all the time, film references, all kinds of stuff, and Alex is like, what?
Jess says, I'm so impressed I made that. My mixed media games are so strong, but the class made it easy. Well, we now need you, Jess, to tell us how to do it. So can you please do a tutorial so
I've done it again.
we know how to do this, because no one can work out how you did it. Leah says, how do I store my stamps and dies? There are lots of videos. We have a whole storage and organisation playlist on the channel here, and you can find out exactly how I store everything. Okay, so now we get to the fun bit, the products. All right, so we all got Tonic Studio aprons, which
Very cool.
obviously are the aprons that you saw last year, but Tonic made them this year, so that's that. All right, I'm just going to give you like a bundle of products, and we'll just go through them.
Okay. Artistry.
Just because it happens to be at the front.
They're a company that I like.
Alright, so this is really cool. This is one of the most popular videos. If you go and watch one, there's one with bloopers, there's one without bloopers. You can choose which one you want to watch.
You gotta watch the one with bloopers. What video is that?
The art spree video.
Oh really?
So,
Did it all go wrong?
just go and watch it, you'll find out what happened.
Okay.
I'm not going to spoil the surprise. So they have 4 new packs of pens. I actually only have 3 of them here, but I can explain what the other one is. So they have 3 new packs of pens. They're called Pastel, Primary, and this is Nomi Botanicals. And then there is a blacks. I can't see it. I don't know where it's gone. But there's a set of black, and the black ones have different tips. So they're just different sizes of tips. They're just all black, but different sizes of tips. They will fit in your electronic cutters. You can draw with them. You can colour with them. You can do pretty much anything. And you colour on regular printer paper. You heat it either with a heat press, an easy press, a craft iron. You can get household irons that don't have steam holes, like $30 on Amazon or a Bed Bath & Beyond. You can use your coupon on them. They work really, really well. And then all you literally do is you can put this onto anything that contains polyester. So it could be a bag like this. It could be a bag tag like this. Anything that contains polyester. And you do not have to use their substrates. You can use anything that's a polyester mix. So it's not like Cricut. You can use any of these. And these actually came out with it last year at Creativation. So this was out before infusible ink. This is the protective paper. I recommend you get this because even when I use the Cricut system or whatever, I use this so often. I can use it with watercolors, I can use it with my sewing, and it's nice that it comes on a roll. And then this was by my request. I was really excited to see this. This is the stamp pad. So now we can take all of our stamps and we can turn them into things with infusible ink. So if you're like me, but you love this technique, but you cannot draw to save your life, well, now you can take your stamps. The only thing to bear in mind is it reverses your stamps. So if it's something that has to be the right way around, you need to use a mirror stamp, or I just designed 2 sets of stamps for them, which you can go and get, which are words that are back to front. So all the common words. And then this is your protective project mat. I'm going to show you how this works, but essentially it's a heat mat, and you can do all sorts of fun crafty stuff on it.
The other thing with artistry, you know, you've seen this sort of stuff before where you sublimate onto paper and all that, and the colours always come out looking crap. They're always like just sort of
No, these are
grey,
like
kind of
bright.
lame. These, when you sublimate onto fabrics, the colours are bright and vibrant
And really
and
crisp.
really crisp and really pop. That's the real special thing about their stuff. It's so cool.
So Kim asked how much polyester there have to be. So there has to be, I think it's like 60 to 70% polyester from memory, but if you have something that's not polyester, if you add glitter HTV first, and that could just be the actual shape, it could be a circle, a square, or whatever, you can then sublimate onto this. Because glitter HTV contains enough polyester that you can use these pens. So these are art spree pens. The colours are not yet out. This was a pre-release. They'll be out in a couple of months. We're probably going to stock them in some way through Hedgehog Hollow. We'll give you details of how and when and all those kinds of things ASAP. But yes,
Yeah,
so
they're really cool.
so these are the new colours. And if you also, the other thing you can put it on is, you know those reverse sequins? You can put them on there too because sequins contain polyester. So if you, you can buy special sublimation bags like that, or just find the fabric that's white, make your own bags, and you can use these markers on those too. So,
Really good set of products. I really like this.
I'm just reading all the things. What's the name called? It's called Artistry. ARTESPRIX. So
You do pens like these. You can see the quality of the colours. That's a photograph on the front there that they've taken.
Yeah.
And it's just really bright and vibrant. It's really cool.
So
Very cool.
Okay. Other questions. When do the Nouveau brushes for rendering come out? I don't know is the answer. Everything Nouveau I think starts shipping in February, but I know they're phasing some of it through the year. We also got at the Sizzix class, I haven't seen the Sizzix projects though, I don't know what happened to those. They got the paper sculpting kit. You all know I love my ball tools. There's so many things you can do with this. This is a really great starter pack. And it has scissors in it, it has the ball tools, it has like a pick tool in it, it has a quilling tool, it has tweezers.
So is that kind of the equivalent to all the stuff that you have in your little pot downstairs? You have the tonic ones, like the
Tonic
pick
don't do
and
all of
scissors
these,
and all
but
that kind of stuff.
I haven't tried these out. This was given to us in a class, so I'll have to get back to you on what it's like.
It's quite neat though, just to get it all in one lump, isn't it?
Yes. Okay.
That'd be a fun video. Do a review of this compared to. I mean, you tend to use tonic stuff, don't you? To do like a comparison.
When I have Elizabeth Craft versions.
Yeah, do like the tool sets.
If you
that's
want
your
to see
everyday
tool
stuff.
set reviews, tell us in the comments. You can let us know if that's
Please
what you
do
want.
that.
Then next up we have things from Uli. They were a sponsor of one of our breakfasts. This is their drawing duet. These were really cool. I used these actually for something. And they have an oval barrel so they don't roll away. They come in a whole rainbow of colours. So they have a fine tip and they have a thick tip. So they're cool. And then I got
Are they
their...
like kids ones?
They are suitable for kids, I think.
They seem to be more children.
Actual size 6+. So 6+. This is Chroma Blends. These are also from Uli. They're watercolors, but obviously you can see that they're like really poppy. So poppy, you can actually use them on black paper, which I think is really cool because many watercolors you can't. But these are pigmented enough that you can use them on black paper, and they're watercolors. So I think they're really cool.
They're sort of luminescent. Very cool. Right, what we got?
You can grab the next set. I'm going to answer the questions. So yes to tool set reviews. I use a Gemini, but I think it's too much pressure. I get marks on the paper. So does the Sizzix have the same pressure or less? Same pressure. If you're getting marks on your Gemini, there are lots of tutorials online about altering your sandwich because you shouldn't get marks on the paper. So if you have any issues with that, or just email them and they'll help you out because in my opinion, the Gemini is the best die cutter out there. Someone else says that anywhere I can buy some secondhand alcohol markers. I want to try a variety. I mean, you can try some of the crafting de-stash groups if you want to try that, but also the Nouveau markers are a great price point. We put them in our August box, and that comes with an alcohol marker challenge on how to actually use alcohol markers and try them out, so you can test those things out too. All right, what's
Loads
next?
of bits and pieces here to go through.
All right, so these are Deco Art multi-surface paints. Again, these were a sponsor for our breakfast. So these are existing colours, but they come in an 8-pack of like all the primaries you might want. You know, your blacks, your greys, and then your primary colours and things. So these are just a really nice acrylic paint. Versifying Clay. This actually came out a few years ago, but someone gave one out in the class. It's a pigment ink, so you do have to heat set it. It comes in a huge variety of colours. I have a whole drawer of them down there.
Oh, of course you do.
I had to try them out.
Well, every single one.
You get it, don't you? Please tell me you get it. So yeah, they're nice, they're okay, but I'm not also a big fan of pigment ink. So
What are pigment inks?
Pigment inks sit on top of the paper. So the reason like a distress oxide is a dye pigment fusion, and it's the pigment that sits on top and allows you to stamp on dark cardstock.
Oh,
Because it
okay.
doesn't
So it
get
doesn't
absorbed so
absorb. So as soon as an ink absorbs into the black, it kind of
It's
washes
gone.
out and disappears. So this
But you
doesn't.
either have to heat set these or heat emboss them or something along those lines. So
Do you think it'll be useful for? Because one thing I've found getting into this is it's really complicated as to what inks to use when. Like there's, well, they're distress inks, pigment inks, hybrid inks. archival links.
So we do have a class. It's 32 lessons and it explains every type of ink, every type of cardstock, every type of stamp, die, electronic cutting machine versus electronic die cutting machine versus like all those things that you want to know when you get started. I can't add links right here just because of the way we're doing it, but I'll add the links afterwards, or you can go back to a previous video. I think the videos I put up yesterday, there's a link to that. I'm just checking. There's a link to it. If you go to, there you go. If you go to the video I just put up, the Dress My Craft video, it says grab our new Essentials in Paper Crafting course now. So you can go there and grab that. And 32 lessons, like it has everything you need to know in it. Clearly Greg wasn't paying attention. Anyway, we also got some of the Gina K dot runners from Thermoweb. These are really nice. They are refillable for those of you who find that important. It's just
Dot runner?
yeah, it's
What's
just a
that? So
double-sided tape runner.
Oh, so it's just stick. It is
Yeah.
just. It's not a dot. It doesn't. When you said dot runner, I thought it would do like a dot, 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 a dot, a dot. It's a string tape.
Someone says yes, please review. Was Faber-Castell at the show? No. When will we be unboxing the February box? Tomorrow is the plan. Because Jess is super excited because she has a stamp set in it. So you have to come and join us for that February box review. So if you haven't already, hit subscribe, ring the bell, all those kinds of things because you'll want to see her amazing stamps. Someone says Nuvo pens are great to start with. Yes, they are. They're great. Kim says if Alex doesn't try them all, how do we know if we need the things? We're flying on your budget too, see?
We're spending so you don't have to.
There you go. That's why we really appreciate when you use our affiliate links or if you join our perks program because it helps us do those reviews so you don't have to buy all the colours like I do. We have to try everything so we know the products we want to add to our repertoire. Yes, absolutely. Speaking of which, we have a new Sizzix quick drying express glue. Full disclosure, haven't tried it yet. We'll try it, have a glue review coming.
More glue. We have a whole drawer of glue over there.
Yeah, but that's the glue we don't already have. Ultra Bond is a glue I already have. I do like it.
So why have you got that then?
Because I gave it to us in the class.
Oh, right.
It's really nice. It does dry clear. It doesn't wrinkle your paper. The flow is a bit high for me. I like to put it in something that flows a bit less, but it is a really nice glue. What do you think of Catherine Pooler inks? Was she there at Creativation? She was not there at Creativation. I do love her inks. I love her silicone pad and great colours. If you go get that course, you'll find out that they're really great.
Who makes this? iCraft.
iCraft.
Tip to iCraft. If you're saying it flows quite quickly, if they just changed this so that the nozzle went right down to a tight point, and then when you bought it, you could just cut the nozzle to whatever level you want, and then you could choose how fast you want it to flow.
I've done that, and I always cut it too low. I just like a little add-on. Lots of them you can get add-ons that just screw on the top, so you can have whatever flow you want.
A tighter, yeah.
It's actually made by Thermoweb.
Oh.
And then we have
Suggestion for Thermoweb and iCraft.
Zots. They're just like glue dots, but they're the Thermoweb version. These are the tiny or minuscule ones. Again, just really nice to use, and they're also photo safe. So if you're a scrapbooker, they're perfect to use because they're archival. Then we have Stays On Studio Glaze. I don't know. Ali must have got this because I certainly didn't. I don't know how to use it, what it does, or any of those things.
I might have to tell you on the
So
back.
I'm going to let Greg read that. Rapid Fuse was just a super glue for us to try. Actually, I did use some in the booth and it worked really well. It held my sign up. And then, of course, purple tape. So let's talk about purple tape for a second. Purple tape is great for die cutting, for stencils, for all of those kinds of things. It's now going to have the Thermoweb, like what am I thinking? Windmill, like the pinwheel. That's the word I'm looking for. On it, because a lot of people were selling purple tape on Amazon. It's not their purple tape and they didn't want people to get confused. There is the wider version, there's the skinnier version, and they all fit in your Scotch tape dispensers. So if you have something like my mermaid that Greg's going to grab from behind him.
Am I now?
Yes.
This is a glaze that you can use on glass, metal, porcelain, those types of surfaces rather than paper. So
we'll
presumably you splash that on a tough surface.
We
and
had
it
one of
creates
these
that
last
texture.
year and it ran everywhere. So I'll try it and let you know.
Sounds messy. What am I getting?
The Mermaid by the Llama.
The Mermaid by the Llama.
Look, look, look.
What are you talking about?
The Mermaid tape dispenser on the counter.
Oh, over there.
Because I have so many mermaids and llamas. So you can see they fit in Scotch tape dispensers. I have this one. I have a narwhal that has my cricket tape in
What's
it.
a narwhal?
The unicorn of the sea.
What?
Looks like a seal, but it has like a whale, but it has a horn. A narwhal.
Okay. I'm not hot on mythical creatures.
Clearly. This is purple tape. Love it.
Purple tape.
Yes.
Do you really have to give a description? It's tape that's purple.
No, it
purple
does,
tape.
does something special. My goodness. He is not a crafter, clearly. These are cool. These are new. Well, they're not new. They actually came out last year. They're from Ink Cozies. They're designed by Sharon Harris's husband, who is the amazing alcohol ink lady. And what they do is, I'm going to get one and show you. So, I don't know if they work with Nuvo. I'm going to have to get a Ranger one.
Have I got to keep everybody entertained again?
I'm right here, Greg.
Oh,
Alright, so this is what they do. I'm going to make sure my lid is screwed on. So they will hold your ink so it won't fall over, because how many times have we knocked open an open ink?
literally never.
Because he doesn't craft.
I do. When I craft with you, I just put them out the way.
Alright. And then the other thing is they have a little like flat piece on them. So if you have like a glue, a gesso, an adhesive, you can keep it there at all times. Or if you have things like mixatives, those kinds of things, you can do that with it.
Why would you want it to stay on its side?
Because say you have glue, you always want it to be at the tip. Now that you can't do that with.
Oh, okay. So you
So-
want it to run down to
Yeah.
the end, and it won't run out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a really neat little idea. And they come in packs of 3 or 6, something like that. Jess is dying about the unicorn of the sea. What do I think about the electric sidekick machine? The jury is out. I want to try one first. I'm not going to say. How often do you hear a guy say the mermaid by the llama? I want to get a pickup stick and get the sequins on my card. Which one do you recommend? So currently I have the Crystal Katana, but there is a new one coming out from Studio Katia that I tried there. I really liked it. Obviously I want to get one and use it longer
Crystal
term.
katana. Is that actually like a massive crystal sword? Because
No,
that
but
would
it's
be
called a
friggin'
Crystal
awesome.
Katana. And it comes with, the Crystal Katana also has a nice box you keep it in so it stays sticky. So, I guess, will you stop? Awful. So yes, I will, so Jess also loved the Studio Katia one. I'll order one, I'll do a review, I'll let you know. I also have the Marvy one, that's pretty good for its price point, it's much cheaper. So those kinds of things. Right, now we have, we'll cover this off first. This is a Dynasty brush. Haven't tried it. They were giving them out if you went by the booth, and I happened to be passing, they gave me one. It's just a really nice brush. You all know I have the silver brushes because Greg has laughed at me before for spending $50 on a brush, and we've had that discussion, and we're not going to have it again.
$50 on a brush. Seriously,
yeah.
$50 on a paintbrush? How is it any different from like a $2 paintbrush?
It just is, right?
How?
It just is. We're not going to get into that conversation again. But again, lots of reviews coming out, so you can stay tuned. Would you stop with the splatter brush?
What is it for?
So this is Tim's. It's not new. We got given it in a class. It's a splatter brush. So you load this up with whatever ink you want to do, and then you either do this or you can do this, and it gives you the perfect splatter.
So it makes a mess.
Yes, but sometimes you want splatters on this stuff.
It's literally a tool to make mess.
Anyway, duct tape. That was for the booth. That's not a thing. We got a free Clover. They were in everyone's bag, so tape measure. We've already been through this. 3D foam squares. We all know what 3D foam squares are, I'm sure. If not, grab our Essentials to Paper Crafting because we talk about those things. That's Quick Cure Clay. We'll get to that. This is the Deco
What do I do with it in the
stencil.
meantime?
Just put it down. No, not there because we haven't done that stuff. Right, this is. Oh my God. Why do I do videos with him? This is the Stencil Power. Now this, we had after Creativation last year. I did a review. I gave it a very mixed review. However, having done a class and learned some tips of it, I'm going to do another video on it because I do now like it and I'm going to teach you how to use it with the tips they give you.
So what is that? What does it do?
So you put your medium down, like whatever medium, like paste or whatever, and then...
Thing freaks me out.
We're live, please do not swear. This is Channel 4.
I said frigging.
And you put your medium down and you scrape like this and it gives you a nice even coat. But there are tips because last year I did it and it didn't work for me.
Is that similar to what is it Dina Wakely used in her book? It looks like similar. Is that how you would create some of these style of backgrounds?
No, that's like brayers and brushes and stuff.
Because a lot of this looks like she put some ink down and then kind of drawn it across the page.
Yeah, but
I was wondering if that's the sort of thing she'd do.
Someone says you're like a kid in the candy store, and then someone else said, "Oh my goodness, what are men like?"
What?
Anyway, someone, Kim
really
says
cool.
it's so fun to see the crafty comedy team back in business. Olivia says Greg is 100% my husband in my craft room.
For just being annoying and getting in the way.
Yep. Jess is a splatter expert. I didn't know that, so I need to get tips from her on how to do it. So yeah, so that's how we go. And apparently Greg is great comic relief. Well, he's certainly something. We got this is Bron. They do something called B tape. This is something they gave me to try.
Do they do A tape as well?
Oh, B is in because it's yellow. Alcohol. I've got coffee. Someone pass me the wine. Greg is special. Someone put in inverted commas. You're all so funny, but overall, Greg's support and involvement in your crafting is so awesome.
Yes, I'm definitely 100% into Alex's crafting.
We got tape from, this is scrapbook adhesives. It's double-sided tape, the tear tape we all like, but it's on a roll. So I'm just intrigued to try it. I think we'll just have an adhesives video. I think we can just safely say that.
So far we've got an inks video, an adhesives video,
A tools
video. I love the idea of doing a review of these because we often do a thing on like the tools that you use every single day. It'll be good to compare the Sizzix to the ones you currently use.
And if you want to know more about my tools, go grab the tools because I do a whole unit on tools and like what tools you need, what tools you definitely don't need.
That's the other thing. It's very easy to go and spend a load of money on loads of tools that are just not necessary.
Yes.
Which is, funny enough, exactly the same for guys in the garage. There's so many tools that we go and buy that we just don't need.
Anyway.
Okay,
Someone
what's all
says
this
I should
stuff?
get Greg a craft challenge. Well, hold that thought. Okay, who is not laughing too? You two are making my day. Greg doesn't change a bit. Do I have anything from Dress My Craft? I think I do have some bits and pieces. I just have to find them. They're in the
We're going to
background.
work our way along the back
We're
here.
halfway.
And we're about less than halfway, so it might turn up over here somewhere.
So these are scrapbook adhesives. I'm going to just kind of go through these because there's 3D foam circles, there's sheets, there's a keepsake envelope, there are photo corners. These are the ones you're going to want to know more about because there's
Why did you want to know more about those?
because I'm going to show them away in a video about how to use them to save time, like
that's
so
always
much
good.
time. Then we have 3D foam shapes and different glue dots, different companies, different glue dots, but basically the same.
Right, can we put some of these back over there now? Because
Why
we're
don't you work
filling
on
up
that
our
while I grab more stuff?
desk space over here. Okay.
So I'm going to grab new. You have to have the right tool for the job. Yes, you do, Dee. You have to have the right tool for the job. All right.
Quick reset. We'll be with you again in a moment.
My table's not that big. Oh, I just wanted to show them this.
Actually, I'll leave that out. It's like a picture.
Okay. And I've got a runny nose. I've got a cold on the plane. Alright. So, next up.
Okay, what are we doing now? Can we get rid of this clay? Cause
No, because we haven't got all the other bits that go with it yet. Alright, so this is something called Fibrifine. I think that's how you pronounce it. They had it last year at Creativation. I was really intrigued by it. I struggled to find it, so I managed to pick some up this year. Non-toxic, biodegradable, but it feels like plastic, like thick plastic.
yeah, it does.
But you heat it, it's thermoplastic, so you heat it, sculpt it, you can put it in a mould, you can sculpt it by hand, you can do all sorts of things, and then you can apply any medium to it. Greg can use his long arms on that one.
Well, there's not much to show you. It's
No,
it
but
feels
you can-
like a plastic
But you
board.
can show them like this, so it shows you it goes grey and you can use your mediums, and you can sculpt it into all sorts of shapes.
So you can
pretty much do anything
apparently
with it.
essentially melt this and press it into a mould and sculpt it into. Oh, it'd be amazing to see if that really works.
It
So
does.
this sort of
I've
melts
tried
in a
it,
way.
Yeah, but then it hardens really quickly.
Have you got a heat tool?
Not to hand. Video. I think there's a happy hour that Greg wants to do.
That sounds fun. I want to see if that actually works. And if that works, that'd be really cool.
This is liquid Sculpey, so it's liquid clay that you can like draw on stuff, or you can put it in molds. They gave us molds. So rather than being that clay that you used to have to knead when we were kids, this is the liquid version, which I think is really cool.
Okay. That sounds messy. Fun. Oh, look at that. So you can make earrings and all kinds of mixed media cool kind of stuff that
Oh
way.
yeah, I should clarify, narwhals are real, they're not mythical creatures. I just think they're the unicorns of the sea, as does Tilly, but they are real. Did I see the button press from We Are Memory Keepers? Yes, I did. Can't wait to try it out. And that suction thing, because I did have one of the molds that we made. I don't know what happened to it. I thought I put it on the desk already.
What have you lost?
The mold that we made at We Are Memory Keepers. I don't know. Maybe,
No idea.
maybe we'll find it as we go along. But yeah, they're mold press. I know like people have had mixed thoughts about it, but it is super cool. There's loads of things you can do with it. Deco foil. I don't think this is a new colour, but love my Deco foil. Then I have Wendy's new station. So this is Wendy's new make art
Oh,
station.
so this is a tool we were talking about the other day.
This is the mini version. So previously we had the big version. This is the mini version. And then the magnet, the ruler even, is magnetic.
It's funny how you can make magnets that are not rare earth metals and don't break when you drop them.
Well, so
Isn't
Wendy's
it
big
amazing
thing
how that's entirely possible?
was that they had to be easy to pick up. They didn't pinch your fingers. They didn't crack or break.
See how that hasn't broken?
Okay, thanks. So they were all of her requirements, that she wasn't going to have a tool that did any of those things.
As an engineer, this bugs me that there are other tools around where the makers claim that you have to use rare earth metal magnets and all that sort of thing that shatter the moment you go anywhere near them, and you end up with bits of magnet all over the place. Totally not necessary, as this proves.
To go with this, she's got a chunky ruler. She's got what's the
L-shaped ruler.
like an L bracket ruler, and there's going to be a stamp positioner. They're all magnetic. They'll be available, I think, around February. But there'll be loads of tools that go with this. So if you want to find out about those, you can go watch Wendy's demo, which is a VIP demo. You can watch that on the channel, and she explains how all of those go. This somebody bought me.
Oh.
It's a magnet.
Is that a fridge magnet?
It says "Living Life on the Hedge," which I think is really cool. Tonya Artsbury bought me that, so thank you, Tonya.
Oh. Oh, she bought us James the Hedgehog as well, didn't she?
He's down in the basement. I met Pear Blossom Press. They have this cool light up system that's supposed to be way easier than all the other light up systems out there that we all struggle with. So I'm really excited to try this, and then maybe it'll go in a Hedgehog Hollow box. If you want to see this in a Hedgehog Hollow box, you can let us know. But really excited to try this out. It's developed by engineers, so I'm sure Greg will love that.
That's true, actually. Anybody out there who wants a Hedgehog Hollow subscription box on a given area, let us know, because we're starting to put the year plan together on what all the 2020 subscription boxes will be each month. So yeah, if you've got any ideas or requests, let us know.
Someone said they missed most of it. Was there any info on the picket fence paper glaze? I do not have those. I saw them, they look cool. There's something that I'm waiting to buy. So as soon as I have those, I'll let you know. Just bear in mind, we do buy most of this stuff. Like, yes, we come back with some cool stuff from Creativation, but in general, Greg will tell you the credit card bills are like this big to do the reviews.
Yeah.
And I do genuinely tell you if I buy something or if I get given it.
Occasionally we get given stuff. A lot of this stuff's from Creativation, from the trade shows, so they give it out. But
companies will tell you that doesn't change my opinion. I will tell you what I really think. Would I buy it? Have I bought it? Did I waste my money? All those kinds of things. So, Embossing pens. This is just an embossing ink. It's grey. They come in a bullet tip or a brush tip. So if you're a hand letterer or you want to colour with embossing powder, all those fun things. That is this. Fab foil we've covered off in the past. This is a foil that you can use with a special embossing powder. So you can use it with all your stamps and foil those.
This is embossing powder as an ink. And then you write and then heat it just like you would
No,
an
it's
embossing.
embossing ink as a pen.
It's embossing ink.
You know, like the glue pad we normally use. Where rather than having a pad, you have a pen.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's the ink that comes. Oh, okay. So you scrawl out whatever you want, dust it with powder, and then heat it, and it sticks to wherever you've put this. Yeah. Oh, I see. That's a cool idea.
And then
That'd be great for writing messages in the card.
Yeah.
Like,
yes, but you could heat
dear
it.
Alex, happy birthday, blah, and then you. That's
So
really cool.
lots
I
of people
like that.
saying yes to doing the light ups in the box. Just My Craft tweezers. I don't have them, but I did see them, and they are in both of the. Or they should be in both of the videos. I know particularly the Shrinky Dink or Shrinky Pink they called it video. Go check that out. They're super cool. Can't wait to get my hands on them because a tweezer that doesn't burn my fingers when I heat it, I'm in. More toner sheets from Thermoware. We've used these in the past. Greg always laughs about toner stuff. But these are sheets that you can just foil because they've got toner on. So there's patterns or there's whole sheets, all those kinds of things. I have a pack of the new Simon Hurley washi tape sheet. So rather than having rolls, we have it on a sheet, which means we can cut it up and do all sorts of fun things with it. I do like this idea. I'm interested to try it. Some Cunin felt samples to try that they put in one of our things. And I'm just going to get through these things at the back because then we get to the bits that everyone wants to see. We've got foam adhesive from Thermoweb. We have different foil from scrapbook adhesives. I have to say I'm kind of married to my Thermoweb, but I'll happily try it. A different fancy foil that's old. And new toner sheets from Unity Stamps at Thermoweb. So there's a new range of backgrounds. Literally, you take these and you foil them. You just stick these through your laminator with foil, and they're foiled. You don't have to do anything. Oh, these are the pens that I was looking for Artist Sprays. So these are the black ones, and they come in multiple tips. So that's what they were. And then these are the more fancy foils, just fun patterns from Gina K. They're not new ones. But these are the things that you keep asking me about. So this is flock. These are flock sheets right here. Don't start.
So many jokes.
But what is cool about them, I'm going to take this sheet out. So this is how it comes. It has a white backing sheet on it. You don't want to flick it too hard because it will come off. What you do, you can either put adhesive down, or you can put the new Duo Gel down, and then you can put it on. And what you do is you adhere it by pressure. So you take this piece, you cut some off, you put it over the top of whatever your surface is, pop it through your die cutting machine, and that pressure will stick it on. Other options, you can die cut these shapes and emboss them, as I just showed you. I can think of like 10 different ways to use these. So if you want 10 ways to use flock,
It'd be really fun to put ink on top of these.
Yeah, we did that on one of those cards I just showed you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on the
Well,
orange flower. So if you fancy a 10 ways to use flock video, you can let us know in the comments what you think.
How to describe this? It's like, you think it's like felt, but it's not quite like felt. It's sort of felty or flannel-y.
It feels like velvet.
Yeah, it's like a velvety type of...
So yeah, so that was that.
We cool stuff to play
Someone
with.
excited. Elizabeth's excited about the new mini make-art station. And how about doing a box with tarot cards, crystals, florals? Hold the thought on the florals. You may be pleased tomorrow. So that's that. And then, I'm just saying.
Yeah, okay.
And then this is the enamel. So again, it's a thin sheet, so it's like your foil. So it doesn't feel like anything special. I'm going to get this one out. And again, this one you adhere by heat. So you can see this is the one that they used on the card in class. And then you can use the reverse of this. So you can take this on the plain black toner sheet. So you can take that onto this and you can adhere it on. You can do all sorts of fun things with it, but using the Duo Gel works really well because it gives you the dimension that you want with the enamel. So it's just really cool. That's what it is. It just this stuff on the back just transfers over, which is really cool.
Easy.
And these are the new neon. So this is the pink, pop-in pink.
Lovely colour. Right.
Okay. So that's all of that. I'm going to grab some more. Can we do another lawn film box? We can definitely try. All right. So I'm going to give Greg another stuff over here. If there are products you would like us to review, or maybe you have them in your craft room and you want to know more about them, you can tell us and we will happily try to do videos on them. So I'm just grabbing a ton of stuff and just work our way through. All right.
Wow, embossing powder. How about we try and do some more work with them, honey?
I don't know. We have 4
Love
embossing powders already. This is the new Azalea, which is like a pink and silver. It's super pretty. I'm going to try and stretch
They're really cool. We've got a whole drawer of them, and it's just an amazing array of colours, and you can do so much with them. This would be really fun to use with these, wouldn't it?
Yes.
The embossing pens.
Yes.
So then you can just draw out whatever you want.
They also have the new tool coming that's a paint version of embossing ink. So you can paint it on stuff. It's really cool. So this is the Starry Night sequins from Fun Stampers Journey, so Spellbinders. We've got some really nice new sequin mixes. We also have 2 glitters from Sizzix. I think, you know. But these are cool. This is from Dress by Craft. These are the flower pearls. You can put these in the centers of that shrinky pink or any of those kinds of things. And then these are their new shaker sprinkles. So we have the candy canes, we have the melons, and we have like cupcakes and candy. Great, can hold those. Can you hold that? Okay, great.
Got a stick in it.
Could you hold those so people can see them, please?
Hey. Oh, they're fun. What are these?
So I just explained what they were.
I wasn't listening. Do it again.
Shaker sprinkles. So you can put these in your shaker cards. They're super thin.
Oh,
But
how
you've
cool
got,
are they?
like melons and peppermint swirls, and then these ones
I
are
don't know how to
cupcakes
show
and
these to people. I'm not sure you're going to be able to see. But they're not just like boring little things. There's little cupcakes, there's swirly things, there's like sweeties. Oh, they're so cool to put into a shaker card or something. And this one's all...
Brenda says she's got those tweezers that I want, and they're really good. So, okay, well, I need to get myself some.
What are these made of?
I think they're like clay or plastic. I'm not sure. I really want to put some in a box.
Yeah. That's so much more fun than doing a shaker card just with like glitter or
Sequins or
something, or
something.
sequins or whatever.
Do
These
I
are
take an empty suitcase
Oh,
to bring everything home?
I think we took 3, didn't we?
2.
2.
And
Mind you, when we go, we have probably 2 suitcases full of camera equipment, so
That's
it's a bit different.
yeah,
These are like
oh my
mini...
God. Can I get a word in edgeways? Hi,
This is the other great thing with these. You can throw them at your wife. Look,
Aaliyah! No,
look.
you can't, because then you're wasting, and we don't waste. Someone says they're made from polymer clay. Thank you.
Ah.
Thank you, Sharon.
Yeah, these are really lovely. I like those. They just make shaker cards a bit more fun.
We have distressed texture paste, which is now coming in smaller pots like this so that they don't dry out so quickly. And that was in a class. That was the ultra thick gel medium. That's not new, but it's cool.
Smells funny.
Thank you. Which is not toxic. Then we have the new Simon Hurley stencil and mask. So I'm going to hold this up, it's out the bucket. So this is the stencil. So you've got the shell pieces, you have the shell inners, outers. You can do all sorts of fun things with them. They'll be on videos. With his new ink colours, which are really pretty too. And he also did this. This was my favourite sunsets that he released. So I was really excited when I got it. They're huge flowers. And then there's little animals that can hold the flowers. Look. So like the bear can hold the flower.
Oh, I like
This was
stuff
my
like that.
he released
That's really cool.
a load of stamps. It's about 6 of them. I was like, I need to have that, and this was probably top of my list. So I was super excited. This was in my bag. This is Paper Artsy Eclectic. Ali used that in one of our classes. Greg's just made himself jump. This is Retro Plantains, I think. That's the one that you saw in that card that was really, really pretty. Then we have the Letterette stamps. This one says, this calls for a huge celebration. We have a huge celebration coming soon. You rock and things just got real. So just really nice stamps. If you can't hand letter very well, like I'm not the greatest, you can totally do this. And if you don't have a Jess that can help you, then you can do that on there too. This is Angela Paul's Beautiful Moments. I have her dies here. So she did, this is a cool die. So do you see how this like slides to reveal new stuff? You go from that to that.
Okay, so that's a little bit like the
So it's a bit like the
wheel
iris,
kind of
but
thing,
not, because
new...
it's like a picture changer, but in a circle. So for those of you who know the Lawn Form Magic Picture Changer, this is the circle version of that. And then to go with that, there are sets of stamps. And there is a DVD, which is what I just had in my hand. Although I don't have a DVD player anymore, or a CD-ROM player. But we'll find a way to use that. I don't know if my iMac's got one. Does your work laptop have one?
I don't think it does anymore.
We'll work it out. We'll get you some info on it somehow.
It might be a little bit out of date having a CD-ROM with the product.
We've got a new Gina K stencil, which is one I used in my class. Super, super pretty. It's called Mandala Burst. A new Happy Doodle stencil. And I met Leslie there. Leslie has the cutest hedgehog stamp set. She's going to send it to me. I'm so excited. It's so cute. We have a Paper Artsy stencil.
Leslie's lovely, isn't she?
She is lovely. I love Leslie. She's in Frankfurt right now.
Oh, that's a good show.
We're calling this the Harley Quinn stencil from Paper Artsy because Maddie wants to own it and she's everything Harley Quinn. This is the bubble stencil you saw earlier that Ali had used. There is a new Paper Artsy stamp set. This is Sarah Newman. All about music. Ali has already claimed this because she's our musical girl. I do have 2 of the new Lawn Fawn stamp sets here. This is a bug deal. Look how cute that is. It's got ladybirds on it. Look at the ladybirds. And
one of them's got a party hat on.
And then this one says really high five. You also saw us use that. 2 of the new Rena K stamp and stencil detail stencils, so they blend with other products in the range. Someone says a Gina K box would be fun. Yes, it definitely would. Do I love Simon's? Chris says Blech. They love Simon's new background stamps too. I can't talk anymore. Wendy asked me, do I like Simon's inks? I love Simon's colour palette, let me just say. And some of the new colours are super cool. Are they unique and different completely? Yeah, the jury's out on that. They're just a really nice blendable ink. They're a great high quality ink, and I love the colour palette. And
That's not really a thing specifically to Simon though, is it? There's so many ink pads available from so many different companies that are all exactly the same.
well, yeah, but they're not those exact same ones. They're not like those companies who just screen print their label on that label.
Oh,
They
so
are a
these are
Ranger.
actually a Ranger.
They're a Ranger
Okay,
ink. They're
well,
a
there
really
you go.
good quality ink, and they're a gorgeous colour palette. Are they unique to some of the other Ranger inks? No, but they're unique colours, so that's why I get them. So they're nice. Like if you are starting out and you want a good water-based reactive ink, they're perfect. If you have a huge colour palette and you don't necessarily need something else, then probably not. But I do love his colour palette, and he just released like a really minty colour because mint is definitely on trend. Maybe I need to change my hair to mint.
Oh, that's a thought. You haven't got mint, have you?
No, I've never done mint.
Tea.
But I love that mint he just released. It's my absolute favourite. And I love Simon, and I do
He's
have
fun,
all of
isn't
his inks, and I do use them, and I love them. So that was just kind of my 2 cents in the video on that. A really cute flower from Paper
How do you
Artsy.
get that style of colour? How do you colour like that? I know these are the stamps.
You stamp out in black and then you just colour.
What, you just paint it on with like Copics or something?
Or coloured pencil. That looks like coloured pencils.
Yeah, lovely. I don't know, really cool. Like that faded colour. I don't know, really
So
nice.
this is the Rena K Stamp and Stencil.
Oh, these are rubber stamps as well.
This is the one. This is the one I call it. So this is the stamp set, and then this is that stencil I showed you. So for instance, like you've got the orange. You can also stencil the centre of that orange, just as they did in the class with the glitz gel. Are we keeping you up?
Yep.
Okay. This is another Paper Artsy stencil. These are new Tim Holtz Butterflies. They're really pretty. They're lovely and delicate, which I really like. They're called Scribbly Butterflies. Aren't they pretty?
Oh, they're cool.
I like those because you can use them as butterflies or moths depending on how you like coloured them.
Very cool.
Another new Sizzix Thinlet is the Wedding Wreath. And the flower is actually like a swirly flower. So when you swirl it together, you get 3D rose, which I think is a cool idea. This is Jessica Scott Geo Lattice frame, and it's 2 pieces. So you can do one solid over the light one, or you can do either or. So you have lots of different options on that one. This is from Angela Poole. This is another one of her stamp sets. And this is the tabs that go with that interactive one. So all of these are different tabs. Like you can have hearts and butterflies and arrows.
Oh, they're a
and,
little cool too.
yeah, so
Okay.
you can change the tab, which I think is cool.
Cool.
We have a new Spellbinders Kaleidoscope Petals. Wait till you see what we can do with these. These are awesome because you can layer them together separately. They're a really great price point compared to some of the other 3D layering dies. What they've tried to do is make 3D layering at a price point we can all afford.
Why are 3D layering dies usually more expensive? Do they have to cut harder?
No, it's just because you have 3 huge dies and they're just expensive.
Okay.
But they're doing this special system, so I'm going to show people how to use that. This is called Horse Hug. It's a new Jane Davenport stamp. So that's that one. New Wendy Vecchi stamps in here. So you have a birthday cake one, so it's going to be there. And remember with Wendy, you get the stamp and you get the matching dies. I bet I've poured mine out already. Here it is. And then you also get a stencil. So they're really good value because the price point isn't huge on them. And you get all 3 things in one. So you get a complimentary stencil that sometimes will work with bits and stamps, but it always goes with it. You get a full stamp set and you get your dies as well. So I really like that. I think it's a really good system. And that's the flowers version.
I'm putting
of
that
it.
away then, am I?
Yes, thank you. A couple of other Paper Artsy stamp sets on here. Someone says, can we plan a light up card box? We most definitely can. Look, the stamp is already like that. There it is. There's the stamp set.
Oh, cool.
So
We've
when we
never
were
done-
asking earlier, the stamp set already looks like that really cool.
Oh, so that texture
Grungy.
kind
That
of...
texture's
grungy.
already in
yeah,
there.
okay. Oh,
It's
cool.
cool. Mod vases, which I think is really nice. You can see lots of
that's
potential. Eclectica Paper Artsy stamp. I met Sandy McTia. I hope I said that right. This was one of her stamp sets on there. Really cute. So love those. And then Simple Beauty, which is another new new stamp set. And it's a layering stamp set. So I'm going to show you the back because I don't know about you, but I always find it better when they're put together and I can see what I'm aiming for. Someone wants Light Up Card Box. Gemini Junior is
Light
great.
Up Card Box, that's where you put the electronic systems in.
Yeah,
there,
but this new system is supposed to be so much easier. A Gina K box we found. Was I impressed with the Big Shot switch? I don't know is the honest answer. We couldn't actually play with it and touch it. It was just a demo, so I'm always skeptical until I can actually play with it myself. So right now, my favorite is the Gemini. Either size, whichever fits in your craft room and your budget. Also, if you watch HSN, this week, 28th, so I think that's Tuesday, is the HSN Craft Day. And they're doing Geminis in special edition colours. There's a rose gold metallic, a purple metallic, a gold metallic, and a white pearl metallic. So if you want one, you might want to wait for that special edition. Who makes the stamps, dies, and stencils? You just showed the 3 together is Wendy Vecchi at Ranger. So you can go check those out. And if you're a Perks member, Ranger give you 15% off their store every month, sometimes a bit more. So I can't remember what this month's code is, but if you hit that join button, you'll get instant access to see all of those.
That's the thing, it's $5 a month to join our program and you get 15% off Ranger. I mean, you've only got to buy...
Money off at Tonic, money off at Pink and Main, money off at Thermoweb, money off at Elizabeth
Pretty
Craft.
easy to earn back the $5.
Yeah, all sorts of fun things. So I'm just going to give Greg handfuls of these. Oh, here's that mint colour that I said Simon Reese. I didn't know that's the colour.
Oh, there you go. It's called Minty Fresh from Simon Hurley at Ranger. That's pretty cool. Ah, mediums. I like mediums.
I'm just grabbing stuff. Alright, the end is inside.
Good, because I'm getting tired. This is more than enough work for a Sunday. Can we go to the pub after this?
No, we can't. I've lost that mould.
We can.
No, we can't.
All in favour of going to the pub after this, please mention it in the comments. We'll take a vote.
But he went to the pub yesterday and the day before.
That's got nothing to do with anything.
I'm really annoyed I've lost that thing. It was here and now I've lost it. Oh, we should mention Hetty.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
didn't know, our hedgehog is called Hetty. And you can now follow Hetty's adventures. Hetty is off to Harry Potter World.
Hetty has her own Instagram account now.
She's Hetty's Adventures, Hettys Adventures. So you can go check out Hetty's Adventures and follow her. So if you want to know where she's going and what we're up to, Hetty will let you know. She's also the star of our TikTok.
Oh, yes, we have a TikTok now.
We have
I'm
a
not touching
TikTok.
that again. A TikTok. Is that a tick
I don't.
or a top?
I don't know. Okay. What did you think about the We Are Women Rekeepers button maker? It looks super cool. Again, didn't get to play with it, but I will be getting one. Someone says no pub. Show and tell does not work. Go to the pub. Yes, to the pub. Favourite pub. What is your favourite pub where you live? Kepner's in Hudson. It's definitely
Yes,
my favourite
we're there
pub.
regularly. Is there anybody around who's been to this area? We're in northeast Ohio, so...
near Hudson, like between Akron and Cleveland.
Yeah.
He worked so hard organising taken to the pub. Yes, to the pub. The pub is appropriate every day. Let the man take you to the pub. Oh. Does that mean...
We did that on Friday.
Oh my god. Like, to get Greg to drive at the pub is the hardest thing in the
I'll
world.
drive there. I did half.
I'd love to go to the pub.
See?
Take Hedgie to the pub.
That's a good idea. Hetty needs to go to the pub. We haven't done that yet.
Melissa says you need to come up to Cam's Corner and I'll take you to PJ McIntyre's. I don't know. Where's Cam's Corner? Let us know.
Cam's Corner.
I don't know.
Google it.
Okay, so this is Quick Cure Clay. So it's kiln-free clay, which is their big thing. And you can use the patinas on it. You can use the Quick Cure Clay pearl powders on it. And then when you heat it, you get that really cool bubbling and whatnot that you saw.
Cam's Corner is 50 minutes away in Cleveland.
Huh.
Could be something to do for your birthday on Friday.
There you go. Yeah, it's my birthday on Friday. Yay!
What's in Cam's Corner then? Is that like a...
PJ McIntyre, someone said.
Yeah, but is it like a centre of like shops and stuff?
I don't
or
know.
is it...
Did we originally live in the UK before America? Yes, we moved here 3 years ago. I don't know what gives it away.
Never guess, would you?
So yeah, so Quick Cure Clay is cool. It comes in different colours and you just heat it with your heat tool that cures it and it bubbles and does all these fun techniques. And I've already told Ali she has to do a video on it because I want to learn how to do it. We have distress embossing pens, so like those embossing pens from Letterit, but these are distress. So they give you a more distressed effect.
So they're...
Well, they're grey, these are clear.
Oh, okay.
So that's a grey ink. So if you put a translucent powder, you'll see the grey. These are completely clear.
So
and
why
they're
would you
more
ever want
distressy.
clay?
Grey?
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
this
clear
is...
just better.
No, because this is also meant to work when you're hand lettering, so that light grey, you can see where you've been, and if you've got that grey...
Okay, yeah. So if you're trying to write with those, you can't
Yeah.
see what you've written, so make it
This
very
is more
hard
of
to
a
write
scribble.
with. But it would look lovely afterwards. Okay.
North of Detroit, the best pub is Sullivan's.
North of Detroit.
Yes.
That's a long way to drive for a pub trip.
Lots of birthday wishes, thank you. Melissa says, it's a little island of Cleveland, about 6 Irish bars, an Irish coffee shop, a great Mexican, great barbecue, and definitely worth a visit.
Oh, that sounds fun. Could do that on Friday.
So maybe we'll be there on Friday. Then Beacon gave us some of their Glow Bright. So this is a glue or marking gel. You can use it for all sorts of fun things. And it comes in a ton of neon colours. You can check out all of that on the Beacon booth tour. But yeah, so that was kind of cool. It's like a glow-in-the-dark medium gel. You can decorate fabric with it, decorate shoes, like all sorts of fun things. These are Diane Reevely's new paints. She retired a couple of colours. There's not actually anything new about them. They're the same formulations. They're just in a cool new pot that goes upside down like that.
So it's exactly the same, just in a different pot.
So new old paint. That's what I've called it.
Okay.
Sorry if that's harsh, but I mean it's cool that it comes in this because it previously came in those round pots up there.
Oh, okay.
So yes, I like the containers, but I'm not going to rebuy all the colours I already have in a new pot. This is
Fair
my
enough.
2 cents. Then
I'm
we
always
have...
nervous of stuff like this that it's going to leak.
Well, it hasn't leaked all the way home, so I suppose that's a good...
Yeah.
This is called Bubblegum Silk from Fun Stamper's Journey, aka Spellbinders. And I don't know if I can get the packaging off. These are kind of cool. Did I get the Heidi Swap toner ink? No, I think I already have it, unless she had a new one that I didn't see. Lots of people saying we should come to Michigan. Set up a crafting demo at a pub, but you'd have lots of interest.
Oh, that's a nice idea. We were thinking about doing live events and crafting
Apparently
demos.
the
I love the idea of doing it in a pub.
The doctor looks thinner.
Do I?
So this is
That's definitely the lens.
This is Bubblegum Silk from Fun Stamper's Journey. So it
It
comes...
looks like nail polish.
I was about to say, it comes in like
Have
a
you
nail.
seen Alex's nails? They are the coolest nails I've ever seen. Each one's a different colour. Each one is
they're
shaded.
ombre, yeah.
And then it's got like the streaks across it. They
Called
look
spider
friggin'
gel.
awesome. And they've survived for like 2 weeks of building trade shows and stuff.
So this is
They're
like
really
a
cool.
metallic ink pigment. It's great for splattering because of course it's already on a
Yeah,
brush.
don't do that.
Or painting on. Really like the applicator of this one.
It's just nail polish.
No, it's not nail polish. It's a medium. We've
But
got
nail
new...
polish is a medium.
No, it's not. It's too thin. Nail polish is thick.
Okay.
We have gessos and paints from Dina, not her new colours though, just older colours. We also have the new Stickles Gel. So Stickles Gel is obviously like Stickles, but it has thicker glitter and particles in it, and you use it like a paste. Keep talking, though. Talk out here.
These are Dina Wakely Media chipboard shapes. Oh, so these are like shapes they're laser cut out of board, aren't they? These usually smell lovely. I've got a thing for how things smell.
So this is what the paste is like. Just comes in one of these pots.
These don't smell as nice as you'd think. But they're basically really thick cardboard, laser cut.
And you can decorate it.
You can
any way.
obviously
Clip
decorate them
porous.
and colour them and all that sort of stuff and stick them on. And because there's like a couple of millimetres of thickness there, they give some real depth and dimension to your cards. I think it's really cool.
So that's what the gel is like. It's like a translucent gel. There are coloured gels as well. And you apply it just like a paste. Or you can paint it on, you know, all those kinds of fun things. Someone says they're obsessed with the set up to eye zinc glazes from Aladdin. Did I try any? I did see them. I didn't try them. But I am trying to get some for us to try.
These are cool. I like these. We should do more. This feels very much like it would work with the distress type stuff.
It does.
Work really well with that.
Yeah.
Does Tim Holtz make these
No.
as well? What do you mean, can you talk it? You just asked me to talk.
Shimmer Sprays. That's not a new one. But these are new. These are gloss sprays from Dina Wakley, and you saw Ali use those. So they come up like an enamel finish. I'm not sure what it says in here. It says media gloss sprays is an opaque acrylic spray that dries to a glossy finish. Spray in journals, blah, blah, blah. So think of like an acrylic paint that is thin enough to spray, but that you get that same acrylic paint finish. So I think they're really cool. The downside that Ali said was hers leaked, as you can see. It's leaked around there. But that one, yeah, that one's leaked too. So I need to try them. I haven't tried them. This is a brand new one. They have not leaked yet. So I guess we'll find out.
So it seems that they leak after you've used them. But
possibly.
Is there any particular way you need to store these?
No.
So you just store them, but you give them a bit of a fanjangle to make them work.
So that's that.
And do you give it the full beans, or do you just wiggle?
I haven't watched the technique video yet to know.
Because some of these you have to just give them a whirly, and some of them you make sure you put your finger on the top and then you give them a full fanjangle. I'm not sure which group they come into. What are these? Sticks?
They're blending sticks, just detailed ones.
Okay.
You know, like the ink blending, but they're detailed.
Oh, these are big ones.
There's 3 colours of Simon Hurley ink. These are older colours. It's Clear Skies, Guppy. Oh, maybe that is a new one. And Later Gator. I know Later Gator is old because I'm pretty sure.
They are really nice colours, aren't they?
I can tell you if it's a new one. Later Gator I already have. Clear Skies I already have. So Guppy is the new one. This like bright yellowy orange colour. So that's another new one.
We have like entire cabinets full of drawers down here of every colour of every ink you can imagine.
Know.
There's like 4 drawers of distress.
Yes. Anyway, new colours of Alter
Well,
New.
you
So
haven't got
there's
any money.
new cubes. Please join the perks program so that I can keep bringing you those videos. It doesn't run quite so much.
I'll still moan. Something else I do like about these, they're stackable.
They tessellate.
They
nicely.
tessellate, so you can...
Look at me in my engineering terms.
Yes, dear. You're learning. There's just little things like that. There's no reason any ink pad or whatever shouldn't do that. Like, it's no additional cost in manufacturing or anything. It's just some thought. And it just means that if you put these all together, you can stack them up. You can do all sorts of different things to store them easier.
And then we have
Simple.
Embossing Glaze. Someone mentioned it. So there's 6 or maybe 8 colours coming in Embossing Glaze to start with. This is like a translucent embossing powder that's thick like a glaze. You can do some really cool techniques with it. I'm not going to open this one up right now because A, I can't get the packaging off, and B, it went everywhere last time I opened one of these. And then I get in trouble. So we'll be doing a video
You're learning.
because Greg loves distress stuff.
I do.
So we're going to be trying the embossing glazes, hopefully
We
together.
never did. We bought like an entire bag of distress cool stuff, intending on
Ideology stuff.
making a video together on it.
And we never did.
We never did.
So yeah.
It's very busy here at the Hollow, and we struggle to actually get time together sometimes.
So that's coming, and then we just have the last pile.
Right, Alex,
Yes.
can you put this stuff away before bringing new stuff?
No, because we're on the last bit.
I'll put it away then, shall I?
You can...
Pause, everybody talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Quickly bundle all of this back over here in a neat and tidy fashion.
So while we're doing this, why don't you tell us your favourite thing you've seen from Creativation so far? Apparently I can't talk anymore.
Well, we're going to do that at the end.
No, I'm telling people to comment.
Oh, right.
Their
What's
favourite
your favourite?
thing.
No, put those back. And that.
You told me to put it away.
Yeah, no, leave that too.
Oh my god, I'm not touching anything. I want to know where my mould went.
Your mould?
My mould.
I don't know.
I lost it.
Lost it.
Lost it.
Is that the word? You lost it?
Yeah. I don't know. Alright, that'll be in another video.
Right, is this the last batch?
This is the last batch.
Okay.
Alright, so we have paint sticks. Now these are actually meant for kids, but you could do some really cool techniques on your card making with them. They're from Uli. They dry smooth, they don't smudge once they dry, but you have a bit of time to smudge first. So they're super cool. So that's that.
This one comes with a sweetie.
This is a company called Color It Acrylic. And the idea is they're acrylic pieces like this that are pre-printed, or you can get pins that are cut and printed, and you can colour on the back with either a paint marker or a Sharpie. And my thought is to do the Hedgehog Hollow Hetty, and then you can colour it. We can put it in the subscription box. That's my idea.
What is this? Is this like a kit?
Yes, from Beth of Creatively Beth. She is one of the Tombow ambassadors. She's the most amazing letterer. And she gave us all these little cute things. So there's a little Tombow mini, there's her own set of coloured pencils, and some printables that she made. So,
So is that a product you buy together, or is that like
no,
a
it's
guild
just
gift?
she gave it to us.
Okay.
So creatively
That's
there.
really cool.
Deco Art gave us these new shapes that they've got for us to try. So there's a heart and some words and stuff.
So what are they?
They're chipboard shapes,
But
but
they're
thick.
like really thick.
Yeah, they're really thick.
Oh, so they're
Super
cool.
thick.
I really like these chipboard shapes and stuff because. Oh, did I break it?
What did you do?
Nothing. Pretty sure they're supposed to be attached.
Yes. I can see exactly where you broke it. So you can't trust him with anything.
Anyway, where we had earlier these, the chipboard thingies, which are really cool, but they're like 2mm thick. These ones are like 5-6 millimeters thick. They're like really big, chunky, solid things, so that you can't break them. They're like a big chunk of like. So they're really cool. When would you use that though? Because that's far too thick to put on a
You
card.
can use it on
or
home
something.
decor, on canvases. You can make an ornament out of it. Greg can get it stuck to his arm. You know,
can
all
break
those
'em.
kinds of things. Someone says you have to label the side with colours on Simon Hurley. You do if that's how you store them. I mean, they're the same as distress inks. Could an ink cube be included in monthly boxes? We can certainly look into that. If there's a company you want us to partner with, or maybe you want Hedgehog Hollow colours, you can let us know. I love the gnome themed papers. Someone said the tweezers. Susan says just my craft box. Couture Crafting says the bottom press. I think she means the button press. By We Are Memory Keepers and Tim's Distress Pads. The gloss sprays, the Embossing Glaze and the Button Maker. Dress My Craft and Timothy products. Rena K. Quip Your Clay. Wendy Vecchi's Small Station. Another for the small station. The Finnabar Matte Wax. I did not get to see that. I did look at Prima's booth very briefly. The new die cutting machine. Dress My Craft and Tim. Diane's new containers. Doodlebug's booth. Oh, the We Are Memory Keepers backpack. So lots and lots of fun things there. What Women Create magazine. We got one of these. This is really cool. This is Deborah Quartermain. She's amazing. And this is like, she does where women create, what women create, kitchens, like all sorts of amazing publications, and they are beautiful. They're like a
Hedgehog
mini
Hollow
book.
badge.
Thank you.
If you
That's
actually
very
get to
nice.
physically meet us, we try and give you one of these. Did you give a bunch of these out?
I did. You have lots of those out. I've nearly run out now.
Have to get some more made. And these are exclusive to people that we've met. Well, nearly exclusive.
We put them in one box once.
Did we? One
Yes.
box once.
Yes, there was a special box. We got the Decoupage Medium, so this is like Deco Art's version of a Mod Podge in matte.
Grunge paste.
That's the stuff from Paper Artsy that I told you about. It smells like wallpaper.
Smells
paste.
like wallpaper paste.
Yeah.
That's cool. So what does this do?
You know Ali's project, you had like the one that had the purple on it and it had like a paste. Well, this one you can leave plain and it gives like a grungy texture to it. It's a bit like a texture paste, but it's the Paper Artsy version.
Cool.
We then got some Deco Art paints. We got the iridescent clear varnish, that's new. Americana paints, ultimate glow in the dark, all love glow in the dark, and then some glitter paints from them as well. So that was everything, which is quite a lot, I know. Are all your videos uploaded from Creativation? Pretty much uploaded. There's a couple more to come, but you can go check out. There's a whole playlist. We've tried to add them all into the playlist.
There's tons there. There's like 20 or 30 videos. I think.
Amazing magazines, yes they are. So Carmen is at Barnes & Noble now, looking at those mags. The Duo paste for foiling with a die machine. Yeah, that is great. I have some in the drawer. They actually sent it to me before Creativation. It's awesome. I've tried it. Tim's glazes, yes, they are amazing because there's new colours of alcohol ink as well. He's also got some new types of paper out. There's like a cracked leather paper
Oh, that sounds
and
nice.
those kinds of things. So as we get them, everything starts shipping like between now, February, March and so on. So as we get things, you know that the videos will be here. So you can hit subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, give us a thumbs up. It really does help us. And of course, join to become part of the community. We love chatting with you all. And it really is a community. Plus you get the savings. And if you want one of those cards, we'll send those out as birthday cards.
So what are your picks of Creativation? What's your favourite stuff?
My favourite things. I really want to try Tim's glazes. I really want the ceramic tweezers. I want the tools to go with Wendy Vecchi's board.
What are those pens though? See, I've been planning this.
Oh, good for you. Oh, I love all the new things from Rena K.
Where'd you put the...
I I didn't touch them.
Embossing writing pen.
I don't know. What else was there? Oh, Hero Arts are doing a Black Misty. Oh, there's a Misty 2.0. That looks interesting.
Oh, okay.
Just some improvements for it as well.
Hopefully they've improved the magnets following.
No. No, it's now a bar magnet,
Okay.
which we've
Might
had for a
help.
while. I think they're probably my favourites. Somebody says, Teresa says, green is a typical contrary husband. I say that my husband, I say it's green, my husband says it's blue, and his favourite statement is you don't need that. Can we collaborate with Simon Hurley on a box? The alloys look interesting. Yes, they do. I don't have any of those. I'm desperate to try those. Who makes the tweezers? That would be Dress My Craft makes those tweezers. So yeah, I guess
So these
Greg's
are my
gonna do
picks.
his.
Not that I was there, but these are the picks from what we've just been through. I'm going to start from right to left. There's the Artistry markers. These are really, really cool that Alex was saying about that. They're the iron-on ink sublimation markers. So how do these work? You
draw on regular printer paper, just ordinary paper, and then you heat it onto anything that contains polyester. And the idea of sublimation is it's a chemistry that everything goes from a solid to a gas. It skips the liquid phase, and that's what infuses it into the fabric.
Oh, very sciencey. So basically what it means is you can, all of this stuff that you're creating in your crafting world, suddenly you can now put on fabrics. You can make t-shirts and all kinds of fun things, bags, wallets, all sorts of cool stuff like that.
Which is why I asked for an ink pad, because then I can use all my stamps.
Yeah, exactly. And that's been able to do that for years, but the colours always come out looking really washed out and lame. Whereas these, the colours look bright and vibrant. And actually a real fun part of it is when you peel back the sublimation off of your fabric, it's like almost shock factor of just how good it looks
When you colour
on
with those
the...
pens, they'll look really flat, dull. The
Yes.
colour that you colour out does not look like it. If you go and watch the booth tour that I did the demo on, you'll notice that the colours change. Whatever is on the cap is how it's going to look at the end. Don't think that how it's on the paper is how it's going to look.
So it's the opposite. Usually with sublimation, you colour something that looks fabulous, you sublimate it onto fabric, and then it looks lame. This, you colour it onto your fabric, it looks lame, you sublimate it onto fabric, and then it looks fantastic, and it continues looking fantastic. You can wash it over and over and over again, you can boil it, and it still continues to look awesome. So I really like those.
May wants to know if the tweezers could be in our craft boxes.
We haven't done it. Oh, we did do a tools box once, didn't we? We did a special edition. Yeah, we can look at that.
Yeah, we'll look into it. We'll keep you posted.
Wow, embossing powder. We've got a drawer full of these. They're fantastic. We did these in a box, didn't we?
We did our own 4 custom colours, which hopefully, wow, we're going to start carrying outside of our box. You'll just be able to order them.
So we're going to get in touch with WoW and see if we can work with them some more. But their stuff is just awesome. You get whole ranges of colours.
My favourite new one is called Old Glory. And I literally looked at it and I'm like, oh, it looks like the American flag. They're like, yeah, we called it Old Glory. I felt a little bit silly at that point. But it really does. It's like blue and white, and it has like an orange, a red shift to it as you move it. It's super, super cool.
And there's all sorts of fun stuff. So I'm going to connect those with the, what are these called? Glue pens. 2 different types, and this just allows you to use your embossing powder in new ways. So you can, let's say, you can write a message. If you use the clear ones, you're going to struggle to see the message, but it'll look lovely at the end. If you use the grey ones, you'll see the message as you write it, but it won't look quite as good at the end.
It depends on the embossing powder. If your embossing powder is opaque or translucent, that's what makes the difference.
So it just kind of
depends. But I'm going to
depends.
burst your bubble and say those pens already exist because Nouveau made them years ago.
Yeah, okay. I'm not necessarily saying they're new products. They're just a cool product. I like it. I like the idea of being able to do that. I like the idea of being able to decorate the message on the inside of the card and things like that. It just gives you more options, more ways to use the embossing powder, which is cool. And then these. These are you
we
put
do
in the
have a
shaker
box
cards.
coming up. They're not the Dress My Craft ones, but I did buy some for an upcoming box at Creativation from somebody else.
But these are really cool. These are the things that we showed you earlier that you put in a shaker card. It's just better than sequins and glitter. I mean, how many times have we done sequins and glitter? It kind of gets dull. And they've got cupcakes and sweeties and all kinds of really cool, funky things. This one's melon pieces. They're like sucker sweets. And you could, I'm sure they do tons and tons of different ones. Can we work with these and do Hetties?
Probably.
That'd be so cool.
Do you all want Hetty shaker pieces? That's
You could make this in this size and you could put it in a shaker card. How cool would that be?
Other questions. You've already done toolbox. I'm so new. I'm not too. It's actually probably like a year plus ago. We did like an essentials tools box. But I am wondering about putting those tweezers in a regular box because they were super cool We'll see.
We'll see. We'll look
Keep
into
you
that.
posted. So yeah, so that is everything. It's been a while. Thank you for spending some of your Sunday with us. As I say, even if you're watching this afterwards, leave us comments, let us know all those kinds of things. You can also always email us support@thehedgehoghollow.com if you have ideas or things you want to see in a box or a new product, maybe something we missed. So let us know on those things. Obviously, hit subscribe, ring the bell, give us a thumbs up, join the perks program, join the subscription box, thehedgehoghollow.com/shop. Have I missed anything?
No, I think that's everything.
All right, I have to get up.
Is that full suite?
I think so.
All right.
All
Thanks,
right.
everybody. Bye.